Be more, you understand? All right, this is Isupk Baltimore scripture breakdown class, you understand? This is the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming straight out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. If it is not under Commanding General Yohana, it is not the truth, you understand? And we've been bringing this truth out since 1969 that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true biblical Jews of the Bible.
Yep, right.
And the so-called white man, the colonizer, this oppressor, is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man.
That's right.
You understand? And we have to realize, man, like, you know, in this society, like, we've been destroyed. You know, we've been, all manner of wickedness has happened to our people, man. Like if we can't see what's coming down, you know, the times that we're in, like I don't know what's going to show us. You see what I'm saying? Like you ain't got to believe in the Bible to know that something ain't right now. You feel me? But that's something that's not right is actually right. You understand? Like the Most High is setting the stage for the return of, you know, our King, Yahushua, who the world knows as Jesus Christ, you understand? This world is crumbling, man. This society is crumbling. If you black, Latino, or Native American, you've got to make a decision, man. Like, you got to make a decision. Are you going to stand with the Lord, or are you going to stand with the Lord's enemies, man? Because when our King comes back, he's not coming back polite. He's not coming back nice. He's coming back with a sword, you understand? It's better for us to be on the right side of that sword. You understand?
Right.
Like we have to make that decision, man. And unfortunately, we've had leaders from way back. You understand? There's always been black leaders. Our black, so-called black leaders, the ones that's supposed to shepherd us, the ones that's supposed to protect us, the ones that's supposed to make sure that we good and we're you know, we got what we need. These are the same ones that's been selling us out since day one. You understand? And these same leaders are the reason that if you go into any black, Latino, Native American community, reservation, barrio, you understand? If you go into any of them, you have other nations feeding on us in those communities, man.
Right.
You understand? Like, do these other nations, are they just that much better than us? Do they work that much harder than us? That they got to have all the businesses in our neighborhoods, that they got to feed on us continuously in these neighborhoods, man? Like, are they just that much better than us? The answer is no. You understand? They're not better than us. We're actually better than them. But when we stay in sin and when we become an enemy to the Most High, man, when we become an enemy to the Most High allows these nations to come in and feed on us, man. I mean, and it's thanks to these so-called black leaders who teach us to be an enemy to the Most High, man. If I could, let me get First Maccabees 1 and 11, Bubba Kashah. We're gonna give some examples, man. We're gonna give some examples of the wicked leadership that we've always been under. You understand? And we're gonna show how these other nations benefit from these wicked leaders teaching us to sin against the Most High, man. You go ahead.
Come. This is the book of Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went out of Israel wicked men.
They say in those days went there out of Israel wicked men, you understand? These are men who had no integrity, you understand? These are men who, despite knowing these laws, statutes, and commandments, they actually made a conscious decision to go against them for the riches of this world, man. They were wicked men. Keep going.
Wicked men who persuaded many, say, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
This is how it happened. They say who persuaded many. It's not good enough for them to just leave and be wicked on their own.
Right.
They persuade the masses, you understand? They persuade all of us to sin against the Most High by creating covenants with heathen nations, you understand? Like becoming one with the Lord's enemy. This is essentially what these wicked men do. You see what I'm saying? They tell us, listen, we ain't got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. It's done away with. You understand? Like,
right.
It's nailed to the cross. We're under the blood of Jesus. This is what they say.
Right.
You understand? But Here it is, they're making a covenant with the heathen, you understand? And guess what? They're going to follow every law, every syllable, every crossing of a T, every dotting of an I in this covenant with the heathen. This is what they follow, but they say we can't keep God's laws. You understand? Keep going.
Come. Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are around about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
For since we have departed from them, we have had much sorrow, as if we're not in sorrow right now. You understand? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are in continuous sorrow, man. You understand? Under the oppression of these same heathens that these so-called leaders are telling us to make a covenant with. You understand? So if we already are in continual sorrow, what are they saying? These wicked leaders are saying, listen, I got to feed my belly. You understand? I got to get rich, man. I can't live like you Negroes. You see what I'm saying? Like, I got to live better than y'all, man. This is essentially what they're saying. Go ahead, you right?
And what you're saying is so profound because even if I made other parts of the scripture, it's like when the Israelites came out of Egypt, they like just wanted to go back, just be under that rule. Like they just wanted, let's return. And it was always like they were sorrowful.
So like if I could, it was always someone who took that leadership role and convinced the masses. Oh man, we out here, we hungry. You know, at least we was eating back there. Even though they was beating us, even though they was killing us, even though they didn't double down load. You see what I'm saying? At least they was feeding us back there. Right now, like, you know, what is this manna that we eating? You know, like, this is so wicked. You understand? This is why the Lord say wicked men came out of Israel. You understand? And it, like I said, wicked men are cowards. This is what we got to understand. To be a wicked Negro, you are a coward, man. You are a coward because you never hear of people being wicked and standing on their own. You see what I'm saying? You never hear of a brother being wicked and just going in the corner and being wicked by itself. You understand? They always got to go and pull brothers and sisters in with them. You understand? They always need a following. You understand? Because it's cowardly. They so scared to stand on their own in their wickedness. So they need other people to join their movement. You understand? And this is what we're saying. Keep going.
Come. Let's look at First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 12. So this device pleased them well.
This device pleased them well, you understand? Like this device of them black leaders getting blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans to follow heathen, it pleased them, man. You know, the same way right now, when the so-called white man gives money to that pastor, and he say, listen, I'm going to need you to put a voting booth in your church. You know what I'm saying? I need you to set voting booths up in your church and get them to vote for me. Now, if you can do this, I'll give you X, Y, and Z. You understand? This pleased him. You understand? Like this is the same thing. Like what we living and experiencing right now under this oppressor, we've always experienced. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 13. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
They say they were so forward, like they were proactive. You understand? They were proactive in going to the king and getting a good understanding of how they can be evil towards the Lord. You understand? You know, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. So, you understand? This is essentially, you can go to the king, you can go to a heathen king and be proactive in how you want to serve him. You understand? But when we say come get counselors, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't get no counsel, man. Man, they told me to do something I wasn't feeling. You see what I'm saying? Like we can't have that spirit. You understand? That spirit leads us to being wicked and evil men. You understand? Like, you know, the heathen gave them license to do pretty much to keep their culture. You understand? He's given them license to be an enemy to the Most High. And this is what our wicked leaders have led us to become. You understand? Men who go to our oppressors and get licensed to be an enemy to the Lord, man. This is what happens every time we vote. This is what happens every time we join a political party. This is what happens anytime that you put anything before the Most High and these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 14. whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen.
Here it is, they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen. You know, the heathen always like to be entertained by Negroes, you understand?
God.
They always had the Coliseum where Israelites were fighting and losing their life, you understand? You got the basketball, the NBA, the NFL, you know, Major League Baseball, boxing, you see what I'm saying? The heathen loves to see Israelites, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans destroying themselves for their entertainment.
God.
You understand? Like, is it a sin for a brother to play sports? No, it's not. You understand? But you got to keep everything in proper perspective. You understand? Like, these men, they sell, when I say they sell their souls, man, they can't even speak on real issues that plague blacks, Latinos, and Native American communities out of fear of losing that bag that they done got for playing in that gymnasium.
God.
You understand? This is the tradition and culture of the heathen, man. You understand? Go ahead, bro.
And so, if I may too, also if you versus when they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen. You know, the Greeks had those a lot of homosexual ways as far as, being, just being naked and just loose. When they did their sports and all that, they were naked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is, that custom, those demons started coming on to us.
Right.
Just having, not covering yourself up and, just being, just exposing yourself.
Right.
And this is where, this is one of the practices we got. They built in the gymnasium because, like I said, the Greeks were naked when they did their sports.
Right. That's like, what you make is having point. You feel me? Like why do you gotta swim in small drawers? You see what I'm saying? You mean to tell me you can't put some kind of swimsuit on and some kind of swim gear and actually swim? You see what I'm saying? You gotta wrestle in a tight uniform. You see what I'm saying? Like come on, like you don't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? That's the culture of our oppressor, man. And we adopt those same. We adopt those very same. Customs and rituals and stuff like that, you feel me? That's because the king gave us license to do so, you understand? This is what we went and asked him. This is what we was proactive in doing, when we went up to the king and he gave us license to be an enemy to the Lord, you understand? This is what happens. Keep going, Brother Bashar.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief.
They say, and made themselves uncircumcised. You understand? Like they forsook the covenant that we made with the Most High. You understand? We forsook the holy covenant and joined ourselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. You understand? We were sold to sin, man. Like we gave our spirit. We gave our culture. We gave everything that make us unique in this earth. You understand? We gave all of that up to please a heathen, man. You understand? And what we don't realize is our wicked Negro leaders are the ones who implemented this. You understand? For a bag. You understand? For a couple of dollars. You understand? They still slaves and don't know it. They high-paid slaves, but it's not even being a slave is not a bad thing to these wicked Negro leaders. You understand? They love being slaves. You understand? They just want to be a better paid slave than everybody else. You understand? They want to be able to say, man, I'm better than that Negro. He need to what they say, pull himself up by his bootstrap. You understand? He gotta help himself before I can help him. You understand? Like this is the spirit that they have, man. You understand? These wicked Negro leaders, what we reading about, even though it happened in Maccabees, you understand? This is the same spirit permeating through blacks, Latino, and Native American communities and hoods right now. You understand? If I could, let me get Isaiah 9:16. You understand? We all know this scripture. You understand? But it's one that's so heavy because the Lord is putting the blame where the blame belongs. You understand? Like our leaders are the reason that we're in the conditions we're in right now, and that's what we don't realize. Like we like to come together and sit and talk about black, what they call it, black excellency. What they say, black excellency. black girl magic and all that nonsense. You see what I'm saying? We like all these, hashtag buy black. You understand? Like the fact that we even gotta talk like that, you feel me? Is because our wicked leaders sold us out, man. These pastors are disgusting, man. And they don't get no pastors here, man. They do not get no pastors here, Isaiah 9:16. Like they don't get no pastors with us, man, because they'll make it seem like the young kids on the corner are the issue. You understand? They make it seem like the brother that lost his job and he can't provide for his family the way he wants to. They'll make it like he's the issue, when all along you are the issue, pastor. You understand? You are the issue, deacon. You understand? Like these wicked Negro leaders, man, are the reason that we are in these conditions right now, man. You got that?
Come.
What?
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
They say for the leaders of this people cause them to err, man. Our leaders cause us to err. You understand? Like we put our trust in the church, man. Whether we believe it or not, we put our trust in the church, man. Because in our mind, we still think that that's a sanctuary of holiness, man. We think that's a sanctuary where God resides. You understand? Not knowing that Christian church, man, that Christianity in itself is nothing more than a whorehouse. You feel me? It's nothing more than a dressed up whorehouse, man. Nothing full of whores and pimps. You understand? And deceivers. You understand? Like this is what the Christian church is, man. And we have to understand this, because when we go into these institutions and we go into the Christian church, we sitting there and we trying to gauge, is this church good for me and stuff like that, you feel me? I'm going to tell you the answer. It's not. You understand? The Christian church is not good for no black, Latino, and Native American, man. Because the person that's heading that church is going to destroy our people, man. How is he going to destroy our people? Now, he can come off nice. You understand? He can be charismatic. Talk with his theatrics, and all that nonsense. He can do all of that, you understand? But you know what he also going to do? He going to teach our people that we ain't got to keep God's law, man. He going to say God's law is done away with, man. That as long as we believe in Jesus in our heart, we saved under the blood of Christ, you understand? Which is a complete lie. You understand? Like the scriptures clearly say, man, if you love me, keep my commandments. This is New Testament. It can't be done away with, huh? You see what I'm saying? Like, but this is how they destroy us, man, because they make us a lawless nation, man. There's no nation on the face of the earth that can truly prosper and grow the right way without laws. Even the so-called white man, our oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of, he has laws. Because he realized if he do not institute laws that people have to follow, it'll be utter chaos, man. Utter anarchy. You understand? Like it'll just be every man for themselves, to the point where there won't be nobody left. He even understands that, even though he don't follow it. on the surface, he at least acknowledges it. You see what I'm saying? So if the so-called devil that the Bible speaks of, the wickedest man the wickedest nation on the face of the earth, if he can understand that he needs laws in order for his society to thrive, you mean to tell me that we ain't got to keep no laws? You mean to tell me that our leaders are telling us that we don't have to keep no laws, that we can be a moralist society? You understand? A people who don't have no rules to live by? You understand? When you tell somebody that they don't have to live by rules and regulations, you know what? You hate them, man. And these so-called black leaders out here, they hate black people, man. This is why we're in the conditions we're in. You understand? Let me get Jeremiah 23:1, Bubba, sure. Whenever you're ready.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
They say, read that from the top, Bubba, show one more time.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep.
Hold up. They say, woe Woe means destruction, you understand? The Lord is saying, destruction be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, man. You understand? Like, destruction is going to come to these pastors, man. Because how do they scatter us? I mean, we see millions upon millions of black people in these Christian churches, you understand? How do they scatter us, though, you understand? They scatter us because the very law and the very culture that we're supposed to be keeping, they separate us from it, you understand? And when we separate